The next Federal Reserve meeting will be held on November 7th, and they have a decision ahead of them. Are they going to cut rates 0.25% or 0.5%? The Federal Reserve will most likely go with the 0.25% rate cut instead of the 0.5% cut because it's not needed at this time. The reason for me saying that is there has been no stock market crash. The GDP has been revised from 2.8% to 3% growth. And also the labor markets are in great condition. Just last week, they released the labor market reports, and that stated that we added 254,000 jobs just in the month of September. That's a strong number. There's a lot of media outlets out there right now saying that there will be no more rate cuts the rest of this year. And that's simply not true. There'll be one in November and there'll also be one in December. I'm not the only one who believes there'll be a rate cut. The CME Watch tool that watches the Federal Reserve and takes into consideration all of their notes and it puts it in their analyzer. They determined that there was a 97.4% chance that there will be a 0.25% rate cut in November. And I know what you're thinking, that the government manipulates these numbers, whether it's the GDP or it's the jobs reports or even just the inflation reports that come out. I completely agree with you. These numbers, in a way, are manipulated by the government to look a certain way versus not. But that's not what we're here to argue right now. What we're here to see is the numbers that we're given and what's going to happen in the future. There's a lot of you out there that are saying that they're just deducting rates for the election. But the election is November 5th, and this rate cut will be November 7th. And I also believe that there will be a rate cut in the December meeting, most likely 0.25%. But as we get closer to that meeting and we have more data to go off of, I'll update you on that. So what does that mean for real estate? It means that the Fed cutting rates will have an effect on mortgages. Not directly, it does not mean that the 0.25% rate cut means that there's a 0.25% rate cut in the mortgage. It's not directly related. But it does mean is that it's a great time to get into a property now before the buyer pool expands because the buyers have a larger buying power.